Truworths is the leading fashion retailer on the JSE. It was founded in Cape Town in 1917. They operate over 257 stores in South Africa and 14 franchise operations in Africa and the Middle East. Truworths has a market cap of 44 billion rand, a dividend yield of 3.5% and a price to earnings ratio of 27.7. Truworths, and it is Michael Mark,
Exactly,
the CEO.
and it's done a fabulous job. I mean, they were one of the first to professionalize the stores, go multi-brand, because, you know, own all those other things like Identity and Uzi and Daniel Hechter and so on. Plus, they were very good at cards, credit. You know, they gave people credit. Truworths cards, and then they, you know, did one for each store, and very good at sending the bills and maintaining people's credit. So they've really scored and really won. Michael Mark is, you know, really a dominant figure in the business. I think he's getting towards the end of his kind of career in this space. He's going to fall off
the conveyor belt.
Yeah. So
and look, I'm getting so good at reading graphs right now. Sector rotation.
Yes.
Come, Rob.
It had a very big run in the last month or two. So I think, you know, a little bit of profit off the table is prudent. And
you can use the term sector rotation.
And a bit of sector rotation coming through. So I think also, you know, from the foreigners, sector rotation, if it's a risk-on trade, they're into the high-risk volume resource type of stocks, and that's just switched on. ETFs all around the world, everything goes all at once. So there's definitely something to say about it.
If Michael Mark is getting to the end of his time at the helm of Truworths, to put it politely, who is going to take over from him?
Well,
because we've seen the succession issue in
It's actually interesting. But, you know, I wouldn't worry so much about the management. I'm more worried about the customers. If you look at the sales, it's mostly through Truworths man and Truworths lady, okay? My own perception as a 46-year-old, not very intense shopper, is that the traditional business is getting a little bit old. They need to do more in the young person space, and that's where Identity is their kind of core brand. You know how shiny and bright those stores are, because that's where the dynamism is in our. South Africa is a young country with lots and lots. So for me, Truworths is a little bit stuck in the sort of older traditional customer, and I'm a little bit worried. But, you know, I'm a stockbroker, analyst person. I'm sure they're thinking about this stuff more than I am.
Don't you think Paul's quite old?
No, he is, definitely.
Right, so where are we now? Just under 100 on Truworths.
Yeah,
would you be using the sector rotation opportunity to play the other end of the spectrum, and because of the pullback, buy into the retailers? Considering they haven't let up to this point. On
some of the retailers, not on Truworths. I think there's a lot of competition coming. Topshop's coming. Zara's here now. Inditex might bring a few other stores. I think they're going to be under a lot of pressure coming in the next 6 months.
Hot or not on Truworths, Paul?
Look, I think they'll still continue to do well because they're pretty slick despite all of these factors. But for me, there are other more attractive opportunities in the space. You know what? I'll give it the hot on account of I think the sector rotation thing is nonsense.
Hot or not?
Not for me.